Yes, job people, this is Michael Shamaya representing. I will say, hear the lion voice, saying it is time for the lions and the lionesses to tell their own story. King David killed Goliath with a stone, we original dread.
The fittest of the fittest shall survive. But people, open your eyes. Wake up. Blessed love, this is Queen Omega representing for all lions and lionesses. With the lion's voice, we come to tell our story. Rastafari, live it. Hey, the lion's voice, Rastafari.
Well, lion voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion voice. Together we will make history. Your actions sweeter than a kiss to me. When we're together, Babylon don't exist to me. But I'm not perfect, she's not perfect. Together we're perfect. Plus, I've been hurt, she's been hurt, but our love's still worth it. Plus, she give birth, she's like earth, love she deserve it. We got one destiny, him and Almighty, no Babylon short circuit. She's been searching, heart hurting, in dark places, demon lurking. I've been working to be a better person, burden for me shoulder, future uncertain. No stars aligning, perfect timing, together we're shining. Now we're climbing high altitude, steady breathing, her heart beating. I'm not leaving, together we receive everything we believe in. Mutual healing, together we receive the blessings of the real king. Can't deny the feeling. I'm not perfect, she's not perfect, together we're perfect. Plus, I've been hurt, she's been hurt, but our love's still worth it. Plus, she give birth, she's like earth, love she deserve it. We got one destiny, him and Almighty, no Babylon short circuit. Them send bad tidings, criticizing, never followed them, cause we were rising, they were hiding. Now
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of his chosen queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka Dejazmatch Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Panafrican Happy Man, creative industry attorney. I'm an artist, I'm an author, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of the Lion's Voice. Welcome to the Lion Voice Network, and welcome to the Lion Voice, where we are discussing topics relevant to the global Rastafari and Pan-African family. This is the program where I get to talk about things that are, pressing, or that are relevant, or that we need to discuss as a family. Big up Lion Pride. Big up the Lion Pride on Patreon. We are growing every day. So, I have nothing to be but thankful. The channel is creating impact. Yes, let me also big up the Aramo family. We have the Harambe Hall taking place. This one is going to be a rally around the sacrament and making sure that ones know that, Rastafari should have a right to take contribution for the sacrament. And Rastafari has its own ecosystem, how we deal with the sacrament, and having an amendment to the law without allowing for the fullness of that ecosystem is akin to entrapment, because you're saying that the ones them free, but them not free when they live according to how they live. And there has to be some exchange, whether it's bartering, whether it's economic contribution to sustain the sacrament ecosystem. There is provision for exemptions for events where ones are allowed to accept contribution at events. However, that doesn't extend to day-to-day life. So we're having Rastafari brethren who are being arrested for possession and dealing if they have over a certain amount of ganja, which again, we have sacramental spaces. This is not a tenable or sustainable thing that's happening. So the family is meeting up in Trelawny. So for all of the Jamaica Rastafari, please, go to Saltmarsh Square, House of Seba, Trelawny. We are coming together to plan how we're going to address this situation and create change. So make sure you stay tuned here on the Lion's Voice. We will be bringing them updates on the struggle for the recognition of sacramental ganja rights. We'll be having different interviews. This is your source for frontline information. But today, family, I have a very what can be controversial topic. I'm seeing a theme arise in some of the interviews, and this is an underlying current. Some would call it the elephant in the room. I are lions, so you know what I mean? We can still call it an elephant, but if it's an elephant, lion is still the king, and so the elephant must be confronted. So, what am I talking about? I'm asking a question today. Has the Rastafari man failed the Rastafari family, the Rastafari movement, the Rastafari nation? Because why I say that? I want to big up the Life Yard, brethren them from Life Yard. If you have not seen that live, go and watch it. Powerful. Some young brethren doing the work. Downtown Kingston, Jamaica, Southside community, and they were talking about the violence and everything. And when it was time to big up ones, they had to, they made sure they big up the sister in them, and they said, big up Ras Eyeball. Him say, the brethren them not coming down here for really strengthen the work. So the sister in them.
Big up some warrior for real kush, I have to big up warrior like Leslie and Donish and them warrior.
Lava. You talk about lava.
Because them warrior, them see them warrior, they go up on the ground in a people where them know and cry tears with people.
Yes.
That's why I say them own tears out of them own feelings and share them. You understand, Virgin? I say you have to walk the ground to see it.
Yeah, man.
So I show the warrior them, say, if you're not going to touch the ground, and see what the work what need to be done, the news and the media are going to tell you everything else. And you're going to work
so you're saying the sister in them are going at the garrison and do the work before the
rights, man. You need to look up a project called Run Free.
Yeah, man.
I remember look up a project called Run Free. Run Free Jamaica. Manifesto Jamaica. Look up the project called Run Free Jamaica. And then you know what I talk about.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Anybody that on the media,
yeah, man. And that's why we create the Empress
Run Free Jamaica on YouTube right now. Yeah.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah, man. And don't worry, I said, the little upliftment of the sister, then we can create our own project called Empress.
Donisha.
You see
Donisha, I'm going to big up them warrior there for real, man. I tell you for Jarvis.
Yes.
Yes, I talk that.
Right.
Yeah, that. A warrior them.
Jarvis.
Yeah, man.
Jarvis, I'm a business partner too.
Yeah,
she really help her with the
Natalie
conference.
Warrior, we see it.
Big up Natalie.
No. But we tell you, say, yo, I work alone and a time.
One family.
Big up Queen Omega, rising superstar within the Rastafari family out of Trinidad. I interviewed her and about her works in Trinidad with the Rastafari sister in them in Trinidad, Empress Rising. Big up Empress Sharon, who is spreading the word about the Lion Voice in Trinidad, Lion Pride, standing up strong in Trinidad. And Queen Omega said, the sisters are coming together. We see that the brethren them weary, and we're not pointing any blame or we're not saying anything, but the sisters them are coming together.
I feel good to be part of the Empress Men in Rising, because now is the time for whatever the man could do or didn't do or would do or shouldn't do. We are here. We are here. There is a part in the scripture, the Almighty said, if man doesn't want to pray, said he would put bread into stone.
Yeah, right.
It's a parable, meaning to say that the works must be done.
Yes.
And if somehow during time we could see that the man get weary, we understand what takes place with our brothers. That's how we talk as Rastafari empresses. We understand what takes place with the brother.
Okay.
Right? It mashed we up. We understand. But here we are now to take somebody's slack, to take somebody's weight so that our children would not suffer.
Yeah.
And I'm listening and I have to just listen and eat that because, you know, I know that the brethren them are doing work, but what do I have to say in terms of the overall state of Rastafari when I myself frustrated at times at the speed of progress? I was just reasoning with I Queen about coming out of law school and the expectation, and she asked why I never do certain thing, and the answer is I wanted to work with I community, and you know, as a young Ras, I did believe that by this time 2024, because we are taught now early 2000s that I would have been in Africa, you know, with a mass core and a build up, and I watch Babylon fall from our sustainable communities of them way we are think, you know, and we find ourselves 2 decades later still working in Babylon, a lot closer to that vision still. And before I get into this reason, let me set some ground rules for the reasoning, because I want to frame this reasoning properly, you know, and the topic is, has the Rastafari man failed the Rastafari family? I want to frame this reasoning, and we're going to have the discussion down in the comments. This channel still majority male, and big up, because you know, one of the reasons I'm inspired to do this topic is because I'm starting to reason with and interview a lot of the younger Rastafari brethren. Big up Ras Tafari. If you haven't seen that live, please watch that live.
Speaking of organization and these things, I think one of the things I want to talk about is the practical reality of being an independent artist, because you have a lot of artists who them say them are artists and them now work. You know, I tell artists, keep your day job, you know. I'm very big on that, because your income is what you're going to use to finance your uprising. You're your first investor, and I think it's so crucial. I know that because again, I met this brethren because I'm seek I out as an attorney for get work done, and them never come to I with no freeness talk or whatever, you know what I mean? So I know that Authority is a man where look upon them thing very practical. Speak to us about the importance of artists working, and sometimes the ego, you know, you don't want to work so you're at home and your baby mother support you and body up at daytime, because you're not pay the bills, you're not bringing, but you're artist, you know, and you wait for your booking, you might go out, you know, every now and then, but you're not bringing, but you eat every day. You know? Talk about the reality of work while you're
that man. All right, enough time, enough youths, you know. Because all right, before you even get to that, and I want to like say the way enough people think about artists is very wrong, you know. Because you have some people think say you have to either be a chart topper or is a suffering artist, and I really feel like the whole stigma they need to cut from the get go, because it's not every artist who is not a chart topper or a man who out in that mainstream feel is suffering. So I want them to know that and scale back on that top. But then again, a lot of artists reach out to I and I who look up to I, or some youth where want to try in the mission. And the first thing I always tell them, just as like a day, I say, yo, you have to work for you, because at the full of the day, you can't just expect your career to rise to a particular level. Because for one, you're gonna need to record a song. Or are you going to record a song? A man not gonna let in a studio free, you know. So you have to make sure, so you have to understand what does it cost to record a song now, and how can I sustain recording that song? Because if you want to be an artist who is going to be out there, you have to have consistency. Especially as a new person coming in who nobody knows, when the people start see the consistency, them start gravitate to you. How you gonna maintain that consistency? Remember, you have to pay for your artwork, you know, and we have to pay for your artwork. For a matter of fact, maybe if you reach us yet, you have to record a song, studio fee, studio time cost. Seeing? And when you record a song now, you have to go through and look at harmony night to make sure it can sound sweet. You can't just get a right now harmony singer. So if you not have a look of food in your pocket, when you get a look at harmony singer now, same way now, who can deal with the thing? You have to go mix tune have to mix. So you have to understand. So when tune mix now, you have to go pay for a look at artwork to make sure so the thing can presentably. You have to go do two little press shoot now because people now gonna take it serious if them don't see the thing look like it upon a particular standard. And how are you going to get to that? Where you got to rob and thief? You can't go rob and thief or depend on a man to believe in you, which I think a lot of the young youth them at the road. The man don't believe in me, and you can't sit down and wait for a man to back you because
Younger brethren, but Ras Tafari from the ballad and the dread, is like him have a powerful network and him just tap into some Rastafari youth, and then the reason with I brethren, Micah Shamaya over there, so tap in, you know what I mean? So the tapping is just coming from all angles, so may have access now to the younger generation of Rasta. So you're gonna be seeing a lot more youth voices on this platform. We skew older in the analytics, my elders and things. So strategically, we're gonna see two things in the next coming strong. You're gonna see a lot of Trinidad content. Rastafari in Trinidad, the second largest Rastafari community in the Western Hemisphere, Trinidad. And you're gonna see a lot of youthful brethren, particularly coming out of Kingston, Jamaica. But I want to set three parameters, as we have this discussion. Number one parameter that we're setting is that the elders' work is grandfathered in. When we say the Rastafari man has he failed, we're not talking about the elders who trod through great tribulation, who fight the battle that the legacy has been established throughout the four corners. Their work is unquestionable. I've traveled, wide, and as a Ras, I've stood in Tapanari circles. I've, garrison. I've been the whole spectrum of the human existence as Rastafari, and I can confidently say that the integrity, of I and I, the living I, when I and I trod through, unquestionable. And that is the legacy of the elders, who exemplified Kadamari Haile Selassie the first, let me say that, and Empress Menen, who, of course, the highest of himself shall establish and set the foundation. But I and I have lived that life. This is a lived experience. I was telling some brethren the other day that I and I don't come as a YouTuber who is trying to get to know Rastafari. No, we tried Rastafari and we come on YouTube as a platform to create a platform for I and I to unapologetically establish a Rastafari voice. Rastafari non-aligned independent media. We'll get to that later. So that's number one in terms of ground rules. I want to set that the elders, we're not talking about the elders, we're talking about I and I that come after, anything after the elder generation, the adults of today, and those who, probably everyone under 60 get this fire. You know what I mean? You're over 60, you escape from this fire. So this is a conversation for I and I under 60 years old. Number two criteria is that I say this in the context that the Rastafari brethren and sisters are rising. The Rastafari man in particular is rising. And this is exemplified by the interviews on the channel. I couldn't interview so many brethren if no one was doing work. Everyone that comes on this platform are brethren who are in the trenches, doing the work, who have distinguished themselves. These are giants among us within the core of the community, and that typically don't come on public platforms because we were socialized unless we were artists. And I've, as I said, intentionally not interviewed a lot of artists. That's changing. We're about to flood the place with some artists interviewed too. So we're stepping on the gas on that. However, so as I ask this question, it's to further the healing process that has already begun. And I always come with a hopefulness and a iris of victory, because the Lion of Judah break every chain, And, you know, I am connected to ones that are doing mighty works. I'm inspired every day. And so I say that in the context. So when we're asking if we failed, we're looking at what is currently in place, the lack of institutions, the lack of an economic base. We're going to look at 5 things that we're judging this by. And this is just to ask these honest questions as brethren, because we are tasked to lead this nation. And as I channel is viewed by more younger brethren, I want to get them on the same page, that we have the benefit, who have trod decades now, can impart on the younger brethren how them feel think and how we really need to, defeat some of the challenges that came before us. So we're going to talk 5 things that we're judging by which to see, did we indeed, as Rastafari man, fail the Rastafari family, or have we failed the Rastafari family? Because I don't like, to be honest, when I hear I sister and Queen Omega say, yeah man, the brethren them, we know say the item we're as a brethren, oh I feel, you know. When I can say, well, yeah, says sister, look on the school for the arts that the brethren them just build over, so you know, I mean, I could have give her some works, definitely. Even I own works. However, I understood what she was saying, you know. Let's be balanced and let's be fair. I understood what the brethren was saying when he was saying, Ras Tafari, when he was saying, you know, the sister in them, because even, you know, dealing with things like Jamaica Music Conference and other works, you know, a lot of sister and I was working with in them times there, you know, and most of the brethren doing works would tell you the same thing. You know, they depend on the black woman of the earth in particular, you know, to execute work. When you're working on a high level, you always want to surround yourself with sister and them meticulous, them, you know, initiative thing up, you know. Sometimes with brethren, it's, you know, power struggle and petty difference and things don't get done. That's the reality. So I understood what Queen Omega was saying. I understood what Ras Tafari was saying, and there have been others on this platform who have said this. And remember that the Lion Voice Network, we have the most Rastafari woman content of any platform on the planet. Go to our Rastafari woman playlist. You can just run down all day, sit down and just hear the lioness story from her own voice, and we're proud of that. So that's the second thing, is that we say that in the context that the Rastafari man is rising, and also that the elders are exempt from this relationship. Number 3, we also say this in the context that we know we've been under attack by forces seen and unseen, infiltration. We fight not flesh and blood, but principalities and powers, spiritual wickedness and high and low places. Yeah, I see it. So we understand that we've gone through, and, you know, from disruptors to ones who stumbling blocks, you know what I mean? And it don't have to be a foreign entity, it can be the devil within our one. Send them to come disrupt our work, or to crash our work, or steal money from our work. You know, all these things have happened over the years. So we've been under attack, hierarchically, physically, law enforcement, persecution. So 3 criteria. So we don't have this reasoning in a vacuum, and there's always nuance to every discussion that we want to touch. So we're going to, again, acknowledge 3 criteria, which are: number 1, anyone over 60, we give thanks for the item sacrifice and the item work, and the item are not in this because the item have done the work. This fire is for 60 and under. Number 2 is that Rastafari man is rising. The Rastafari man is connecting. We are putting together the infrastructure. We are planning. We are executing. That is happening as we speak. A lot of it will be featured here on the Lion Voice Network. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, become part of the Lion Pride. We'll get to that shortly. Number 3 is that we have been under attack. We are at war. I entered the Third World War early. From them attack His Imperial Majesty with the propaganda campaign. That was the beginning of our Third World War, because it was a multi-pronged attack from both the Western powers and the Eastern Bloc. Attack His Majesty, the Soviets and America both attacked Kadamawi at the same time. That was the beginning of our Third World War. But His Majesty, what did he do? After taking a militant stance for peace, he disappeared upon them. Heretical. So I are in a heretical battle, because, as I said, on earth I have conquered. The people them bow before I the glory of His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie the First, and any Ras who is living Rastafari know what I'm on a talk about. And again, that's from the garrison, from the slum to the highest palace. You know what I mean? The integrity Kadamari Haile Selassie is throughout the ends of the earth. That's what we love about this tribe. It's not a make-believe, it's a lived experience. And if you live, and I want to coin, we have to create our own. We're building a community here on the Lion Voice Network. So I want to create some terminology so that we can cross pollinate and we can understand the reasoning. There's something known as the Christ consciousness, or it's a high frequency when you embody Kadamari Haile Selassie the First, and this is the gateway that unlocks when you live as His Majesty, live within your own sphere. What it does is it puts you on a divine frequency. It taps you in with this consciousness, and I want to call this the King's Highway. When you're riding on the King's Highway, this is when you have reached that state where the animals are salute you, where you just go, everything doesn't go right, even if something off is for a thing, and you're seeing the connections in real time, and you just live, and you pull up to a place and a car does pull out same time, so you park. It's almost like you get your personal valet. It's like you think of a one and the one call you, and it's not a one that you call you regular. You just tap in, and people out there who have lived this tribe will know what I'm talking. And the mystic, you just reach on a space and you see and you tell a one, and then later on the one say, boy, say that song you tell me, I was just about to, So this is when you're treading the mystic. You become an instrument of the Most High. You become a divine tool in the hands of Kadamari Haile Selassie the First, this Christ consciousness. We're gonna call it the King's Highway. So anytime you hear me talk about treading the King's Highway, you know what we're talking about. How many of I as Rastafari man, are even seeking to tap into that King's Highway on a regular basis and connect with each other? Because if you are tapped into that King's Highway, we would have manifested a lot more work. We reach these states temporarily, we come together, we chant Ayabingi, we come together gatherings, and we reach these states temporarily, and it feel like Zion, but we cannot sustain, or we have not yet sustained, this joyful, as a collective. Individually, ones are treading the King's Highway, but the King's Highway have not led to that divine city as yet, but we're gonna get there. Before I go into the 5 criteria that we're gonna judge or frame this conversation, because we always have to have framework around the conversation, I want to big up the Lion Pride, and then I want to big up the Lion Pride on Patreon. Now, if this is your first time to the channel, welcome. And you may ask, how do I become part of the Lion Pride? And I would tell if you subscribe, you are part of the Lion Pride. So all of our subscribers, and at the time of filming, we are 10 subscribers away from reaching 2,500 subscribers. halfway to 5,000. So if you are not subscribed and you want to add to this movement, now is the time. Subscribe, become part of the Lion Pride. We are a movement. We are coming to change the face of the Rastafari and Pan-African family globally. We're unapologetically Rastafari platform, but we are, as Rastafari, part of our larger Pan-African ecosystem. And the mission is African unity, liberation, redemption, international black repatriation. All of these things is part of the goal of this channel, to capture the voice, to be that glue as we move. We're a pan-Rastafari channel. So the IDMC Ras is from St. Croix, from Trinidad, from Jamaica, from the USA. You know, we're interviewing Ras from South Africa. You know, we're gonna be jumping into Kenya shortly, Ghana. You know what I mean? So it's a pan Rastafari platform that we're building here, and I have to big up the Lion Pride on Patreon because they are the ones that are giving their money. You know, they're investing in the platform, and they have become part of our inner circle. So when I am representing, I'm representing not just I'm now representing the Lion Pride and the Lion Pride on Patreon. These are the ones who are supporting the mission, watching the videos, spending their hard-earned resources. And I want to big up Iras, brethren from out of Atlanta. You know, Trinidadian ancestry. You know, he's been passing on some connection to Trinidadian family to I and I. He just gave a contribution, and it led I to say, you know, because a lot of ones want to contribute but may not want to do the monthly, have the monthly coming out of their account. When you sign up with Patreon, it does take automatically from your account $5, $10, $25 every month. That greatly helps us because now we can set budget and plan, and it frees us from the reliance on trying to go after big sponsors when you can have your community support you. So I definitely encourage all who can to sign up on the Patreon and do the monthly. You know, just look at it just like any of your other expenses, but you're investing in Rastafari independent, non-aligned media. $5, $25, $10, whatever you can afford. Again, it's going to help us to scale the platform into something mighty that we can all be proud of. However, you know, some brethren are not able to do that, but they want to contribute. So we're creating the Ubuntu Lion Pride. These are Lion Pride members who have gifted over $50 to the platform. We're going to create graphics for them. You know, the Savannah grassland is there for the Lion Pride, and you see we add more lions as the Lion Pride get nuffer. So if you want to get your name on the Savannah grassland, then you give to the Lion Pride on Patreon. But you might have one time where, you know, you just get a funds and you say, you know what, bam, take $100 Ras because I love the works and love all the item, a move or $1,000 or whatever. You just want to contribute because you want to see the platform. You would be part of the Ubuntu Lion Pride, you know, and anytime you get that strength, you just give that strength. But once you have given over that threshold, which is the $50 US, we're going to put you on the Ubuntu Lion Pride so that ones know, yeah, these are the supporters who may not be doing the monthly, because sometimes, let's be honest, you know, some of us are hustling out there, the money not steady, and a $5 throw you into negative, $10 throw you into negative if your thing not plan right, because you have your thing time out, you know, check to check. A lot of us are living this way in a Babylon. That's just the reality. We you know, and this is part of the criteria we're going to be talking about in terms of failure and looking at the economic base collectively, because none of us should be in these situations, but a lot of us are or have been, or from time to time enter into that realm. So we're going to talk about the Ubuntu Lion Pride. And again, I want to big up Iras, who just linked me, and Other brethren also link and say, they don't necessarily want to go to the Patreon for whatever reason. And it may not be that reason, it's just too much things coming out. You just don't want nothing coming out of your account regular. You know what I mean? But you want to give to the channel. So, and we have a nice IRAS interview coming. So the Lion got to tell his story. And again, a lot of the content from Trinidad that the item will see is being, the introductions are being done by this brethren. It's powerful brethren where we know from a long time from the network Atlanta. So, and that is another thing about the Lion Pride. As we grow, there are Lion Pride members that now are becoming active, bringing, I'm at the stage now where ones are actually requesting interviews. So, I have a huge, just a peek behind the curtain, I have a huge archive of interviews because I just try get them done when I can. So this is one of the reasons that we are seeking the support of ones-on-ones so we can hire an editor and we can up the rate of the content coming out. I still work full-time as an attorney, so we're doing the best we can. All right, so big up Lion Pride on Patreon and big up Ubuntu, Lion Pride, IRAS. Big up yourself. Big up Ramia King Design, our sponsor, CMOS Life. Everyone who makes this journey possible. We're growing, and it's been a joy to, I reasoning with even the brethren them from Life Yard, them say, yeah, we have watched your works and the inspiration. So even ones I don't realize watching are watching. So don't take it lightly. So give thanks. All right, let's get into the topic. Is the Rastafari man failing the Rastafari family? I want to talk about 5 metrics that I want to use. Number 1 is the leadership of the Rastafari family. I see too many single mothers in the Rastafari family. I don't see enough families trotting together, and the man have to take some responsibility. You're the one who's choosing the queen, and you're responsible for the administration once a selection. That means if the thing mash up, then your vetting was not right. And I've done videos on vetting the queen, what you should be looking for. Check those on the channel. Relationship topic, you can look at that playlist, and I'll do more. But this is an issue. And then it begs the question, has the Rastafari man failed to lead the Rastafari family? Again, I know Rastafari families that are powerful, but they're not the majority. We're seeing a lot of baby motherism in Rastafari. We reason with the Rastafari sister, so many brilliant, beautiful Rastafari sister, and they have no king man. They have youths and no king man, and their king man was a Ras, at that time, or the youth father was a Ras. So something not connecting, because we should have more stable families. And this leads to the question, are we failing in the leadership of the family? I'm asking a question. Let's have the conversation down in the comments. Number 2, failure to come together as a collective. Most of the organization, 1 or 2 brethren, few brethren, very few large, powerful economic Rastafari assemblies of brethren who are investing, building infrastructure, doing things on a high level. Have we failed to come together? This is a question I'm asking the Rastafari man. We can't look to the Rastafari sister to say what they have done. We cannot look to the Rastafari elders to say what they have done. The youth, them, we can't blame the youth. Peter Tosh tell us that. So again, 30 to 60, have we failed in coming together? Remember the criteria. I already said Rastafari is rising. We are coming together. institutions are being established, but they are being established so they're not there. Have we failed in that regard? Healing starts with accountability. I don't want to hear no sister tell me about they know that the brethren them weary, but them glad for, play their part and step up and them are prepare themselves to lead the family to the victory. I don't like hear that as a brethren, because sister and them should be I helpmates helping I push forward. That mean brethren them just round at the forward. What the brethren them a do? If we're not leading, what we are do? Unacceptable to I. So again, have we failed to come together, brethren? This is the question I'm asking. Might be controversial, but we have to ask these questions. Number 3, failure to set out a comprehensive development plan for the Rastafari nation. Have we set up a plan? If there's a plan, I have not seen it. Now, we had a 1983 conference, historic conference at the University of the West Indies, 22 point, that were put forward in terms of direction. Those are still relevant. I worked to establish one of them with the establishment of the Association of Rastafari Creatives, bringing the creatives together. That was one of the points on the 22-point plan. However, there's no comprehensive plan for I. And if you look at most of the houses, mansions, even organization, the amount of comprehensive plans with a budget, with a working structure, are lacking, and the brethren them responsibility. Again, it has to fall on someone's shoulders. Have we failed in this regard to set a comprehensive plan for the family? Number 4, have we failed to establish an economic base? This one I think is easy to answer because most of us are living check to check. We're making it happen. However, we're not economically as strong as we could or should be. So, and most of us make our money outside of the community infrastructure. We're doing something outside there, and not servicing our internal ecosystem. And that's what I'm all about, family, is creating the ecosystem, having us to feed. When this station gets big enough, this network, we have enough ones supporting. We're going to be sponsoring Rastafari events, going in to cover them. We're already reasoning with ones about, becoming reporters to bring, stories and interviews and affiliate. The same thing that we're doing with I Never Knew TV. We're going to do it here as well. Collaboration. That's how you scale. That's one way we scale. But we're going to be investing forward into the community. We don't have that economic base to do that. And of course, agribusiness is what we are pushing right now. Agriculture and construction, these are the 2 areas strategically as brethren that we need to be investing in. And again, I want to salute the sister in them, because the sister in them dep on it and they're working. But I'm a brethren and I'm competitive, because of the testosterone that the Almighty has blessed I with. And so I am not content to see my sister in them out there at work and I back up and I sit down, and I smile and I burn a chalice. No. Back a field. You know what I mean? So where's that economic base? Have we failed? And I would say for that one, we have failed, brethren. And again, remember the criteria that I framed this whole argument. Brethren are now coming together. I had a powerful reasoning with a brethren ready to invest thousands into whatever, and there are other brethren, and we're going to be putting together some money to do some investment into some agribusiness shortly. So again, all these things are happening. So, but I'm sparking the conversation, the fire, because we come from that tradition, accountability, hottest fire. Have we failed the Rastafari family? We failed certainly to create an economic base. Number 5, a failure in succession planning. Are we training the next generation to follow in our footsteps? Again, remember the criteria, people. I know that this is like a punch, It's like a man thump you in your face. Because the reality is so stark to my brethren. Have we prepared the younger generation, rites of passage programs, Saturday school, summer camp for brethren, young Rastafari boys, Jegnaship, have we born mentor? Have we done it? These are the things that we're asking. Have we failed the Rastafari family? As the Rastafari man, only we can answer this question. And the tru-versation and the tru-versation starts with I and I. So, family, talk to I and I in the comments. And I want to hear from the sister them as well. Has the Rastafari man failed the Rastafari family, the Rastafari movement, the Rastafari nation? Have we failed? What is our grade so far? And remember, acknowledgement doesn't mean that you give up the victory. His Majesty spent 5 years in exile, down in the doldrum, to show I and I that life, when life throw you in a certain situation, is not the ending of the story. It's a continuation, is always there, and sometimes to get that glory, to get a May 5th, an African Victory Day, you have to go through a May 5th where you have to leave your capital and jump on a train to the Djibouti, Kabama drop, and man, I look for you. So, you know what I mean? The whole spectrum is part of our child. Has the Rastafari man failed? Drop a comment, make we have the discussion. And this is our time to talk. Why? Because the time has come for the lions to tell our own story. And this is the Lion Voice.
Lion Voice. Together we will make history. Your actions sweeter than a kiss to me. When we're together, Babylon don't exist to me. Well, I'm not perfect, she's not perfect. Together we're perfect. Plus, I've been hurt, she's been hurt, but our love's still worth it. Plus, she give birth, she's like earth, love she deserve it. We got one destiny, him and Almighty, no Babylon short circuit. She's been searching, heart hurting, in dark places, demon lurking. I've been working to be a better person, burden for me shoulder, future uncertain. Now stars aligning, perfect timing, together we're shining. Now we're climbing high altitude, steady breathing, her heart beating. I'm not leaving, together we receive everything we believe in. Mutual healing, together we receive the blessings of the real king. Can't deny the feeling. I'm not perfect, she's not perfect, together we're perfect. Plus, I've been hurt, she's been hurt, but our love's still worth it. Plus, she give birth, she's like earth, love she deserve it. We got one destiny, him and Almighty, no Babylon short circuit. Them send bad tidings, criticizing, never followed them, cause we were rising, they were hiding, now they're sliding. Some go follow Bobby in a wagon, them riding. Study them, hobby, see what they're defending. Low frequency, them slowly descending. Negativity that them use and trending. Now go follow them, cause we know the ending. In a Mount Zion mountain, we're ascending. Says she want the real thing, no pretend. trending. Said she got feelings, so she text sending. Look on the message, we see what she recommending. Said she want love, but it must be never ending. She no care what's trending. Now we in love, so whole heap of time spending, more than just a friend thing.